Top Zombie Anime Part 2.
この世界はつながりにあふれている。でもそのつながりは簡単に消えてしまう。
As an anime that doesn't shy away from absurd humor, Sarazanmai is a zombie anime that fans of Dandadan in particular would enjoy. That is not to say that others wouldn't enjoy the anime just as much, though. The lighthearted moments and wacky humor disguise how well the show handles themes regarding materialism and capitalism, despite the fact that it is only 11 episodes long. In Sarazanmai, 3 middle schoolers are transformed into kappas, aquatic like humans, after upsetting the prince of the Kappa kingdom. In order to become human again, the 3 need to collect the shirikodama, or souls, of zombies that the Otter Empire is creating. However, there is a specific condition that must be met in order to collect the souls, contesting the boys' friendship and adding a welcome layer of complexity to the otherwise straightforward show.
あの子とつながれなくなるのは絶対嫌だ。
よしよしよしよしよし、ちょっと行ってくる。どこへ？池袋。
Following the invention of a 7G cellular network, life for the people in Train to the End of the World is never the same. Reality itself is changed, resulting in a devastated civilization and a fearful population. One of the more immediate changes is that people turn into intelligent animals, otherwise known as zombies, once they turn 21, a frightening prospect for anyone approaching that age. This is the world that Shizuru Chikura lives in. Shizuru is determined to find her best friend, commandeering a train alongside other companions in order to avoid the dangerous creatures that wander the lands. Train to the End of the World is great at developing the relationships between Shizuru and the rest of her friends. With surprising twists and interesting characters, Train to the End of the World is a great anime for anyone that's a fan of the zombie genre. Taking place in Paris in 1742, Le Chevalier Dion is a rare zombie anime in the sense that it is also a period piece. In this anime, Dion de Beaumont, a French knight, decides to investigate who murdered his sister, Léa de Beaumont. Dion is joined by a few other characters as they look into the mystery, guided only by the bloody word Psalms, left on Léa's casket. Upon realizing the connection to a powerful magic called the Royal Psalms, King Louis XV also lets Dion Beaumont into a secret force, of which his sister was a member. The animation is fantastic in Le Chevalier Dion, with the costumes in particular getting a lot of attention. This great animation makes the fantasy and supernatural elements pop, including the mercury-filled zombies that are present throughout the show. Altogether, viewers go on an exciting journey learning about the supernatural underbelly of olden France alongside Dion in this fantastic murder mystery, period piece, zombie anime.
Toko.
Although zombies aren't the only supernatural creatures to appear in Tako, they certainly play a part in the anime. In fact, they pose a significant threat to Ranmaru Shindo, an investigator for the Special Mobile Investigation Forces. The Special Mobile Investigation Forces are tasked with defending against supernatural entities after the discovery of demons called phantoms. However, phantoms aren't the only threat to the city. Tako is full of action, and doesn't shy away from showing the gore that is inherent in fighting against demonic beings. Additionally, there are plenty of humorous moments that lighten the mood when things seem to be getting too dark. This balance of action and jokes makes it entertaining throughout. While the show was cancelled before a proper ending, it is still worth a watch as a notable zombie anime. While Soul Eater doesn't revolve around zombies, they're a common threat that the Reapers and Weapons face, making it a great option to watch for fans of zombie anime. A combination of supernatural action and comedy, the story follows the students at Deathmeister Academy as they learn the ins and outs of taking souls and protecting the sanctity of death. To put it simply, Soul Eater is all about the balance between life and death. While the series is more focused on the battles between the Academy and the witches who threaten it, the zombies are important symbolic foes for the avatars of death in training to face. Anime fans who love cross-linking between seemingly unrelated genres are sure to enjoy the surreal journey that is Soul Eater, even with the somewhat anticlimactic ending to the story. Tokyo Ghoul follows the journey of a normal, quiet 18-year-old college student named Ken Kaneki. His life is turned upside down after a near-death accident, where he's saved by receiving an organ transplant from a ghoul. The transplant transforms him into a human-ghoul hybrid who must now eat human beings to live. Kaneki must figure out how to preserve his humanity while hiding the fact that he is now a ghoul. Unlike regular flesh-eating zombies, ghouls try to live normal lives in society, keeping their monstrous identities secret. However, it's not like they have a choice becoming monsters by eating people. Tragically, humanity hunts and mistreats them to a degree that it's hard to take sides in this world without heroes. This is thus a morally complex zombie anime, which is great for those that want more than simple horror or action in their media.
I know this'll sound weird, but ever since I was a kid, I've dreamed of having a zombie girlfriend.
Please, I don't want to hurt you.
You are one twisted perv, man.
Sank Area is a romantic comedy and a supernatural horror anime, which seems like an unlikely combination at first. However, the incredible storytelling makes this blend of genres work. The story focuses on high schooler Chihiro Furuya, who is fascinated with zombies. In fact, Chihiro's fascination with zombies prompts him to make a resurrection potion, accidentally turning his classmate Rei Sanka into one of the undead after she drinks it. This premise makes for a delightfully hilarious narrative as the two navigate their new situation together. Although it's a comedy series for the most part, Sank Area also has some surprisingly horrifying and intense moments. Fortunately, she eats hydrangea leaves and not brains, but it's still disconcerting. Somehow, the two fall in love and have to make the best of their weird half-existence.
I just want to experience life. Do things other girls do that I haven't yet.
お前ここの墓守り
聖者の皆様が良き人生を送られるようお助けするのも私どもの責務ですので。
Sunday Without God is a fantasy, mystery, and supernatural anime about a world where humans can no longer procreate or die. The idea is that God abandoned his creations and then left behind gravekeepers, supernatural entities who help the living dead find rest. The zombies in this anime are thus unsurprisingly different than conventional walkers, but they operate within a similar framework. When people die in the world of Sunday Without God, they keep moving and don't decay. The series' young protagonist, AI, works with an immortal gunslinger to learn the truth about their world and put the living dead to rest. Based on a light novel series by Kimihito Irie and Shino, Sunday Without God stretches the logic of the zombie genre to its breaking point, but manages to tell a captivating tale in the process. The 75-minute GYO Tokyo Fish Attack OVA is based on the titular manga written and illustrated by the popular horror mangaka Junji Ito. As the title indicates, instead of human corpses, Tokyo is under attack by incredibly stinky undead fish, made more dangerous by the infectious disease they carry. In the middle of this chaos, a girl named Kaori goes on a quest to find her missing boyfriend. Easily one of the weirdest zombie anime, it's happy to go to absurd lengths to make its point, even granting the fish zombies metal legs to make them a more credible threat on land. It's silly, disturbing, and surreal all at once. In other words, it's a wonderful experience that is entirely unique, making it one of the best zombie anime. Set in the Industrial Revolution, Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress is often called the Steampunk Attack on Titan, but populated with hard-to-kill undead monsters called Kabane instead of Titans. The most obvious reason for this comparison is the fact that Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress keeps humanity safe from the Kabane with stations and massive walls. More than just fans of Attack on Titan will find a lot to enjoy in Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, though. When a steam locomotive hijacked by the Kabane crashes into one of the stations, a young engineer named Ikoma creates a weapon that can slaughter the monsters. This has world-changing implications, as the young hero steps up to save the world from its undead ravagers. With an awesome backing soundtrack, Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress is a gripping fight for survival.
カバネリ人とカバネの狭間にあるもの